to share this journey with you. This is a space of kindness and encouragement, so let's be welcoming to everyone looking to better themselves. If you have questions, drop them in the chat or use the super chat to make sure it gets addressed. Thank you for being a part of our community. Let's make it a great night. What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome to a special Thursday Night Live. It'll just be me tonight because things and stuff. But anyway, we moved things around this week because we had a really special moment to celebrate. Our granddaughter graduated kindergarten on Tuesday. She still has to finish out the rest of this weekend next week. And then she's done. Then she's officially a first grader. It's wild how fast everything truly goes. It's just mind-boggling. And then tonight, last night was our sleepover. She stays over at our house on Wednesday nights. And she woke up in the middle of the night with a sore throat and an earache and all that stuff. So she didn't go to school today. So Ma took her to Minute Clinic, got her checked out, doesn't have strep. Anyway, Ma was gone all day, just got home, has some stuff to finish, so she couldn't join us tonight. So now you're caught up as far as this week is concerned. Welcome, welcome. I love all your faces. I'm so glad to see so many of you here tonight. Evelyn is in the house already. Thank you for being here, Evelyn. I truly appreciate you. John Gugahan, one of our favorite people, is here, and let's go ahead and talk about this. Good evening, friends. It is so nice to be awake and alert and not 3 sheets to the wind by 6 p.m. I truly appreciate that, and I am truly glad that you are on the mend, my friend, and I know it's never done. It's never over, but you're on track. And that's all we can truly ask for. Thank you for being here with us, and thank you for keeping us abreast of everything going on with you. We truly appreciate it very much. And, I'm glad that we can be here for you and you can be here for us. This is a truly, truly family-oriented type of thing we've got going on here. Lynn is here, 22Q Cat. Good evening. Brian Fisherman Dish. Good evening, everyone. Remember, you are what you eat. Eat meat. Yes, yes, yes. Our good friend, Mr. Sean Bradley, is in the house. Good evening, all. Congratulations on your retirement. I know you're not done. It's more just of a transitional thing. You're going to be moving to a new job. Truly excited for that for you. I was thinking about that. I was like, if I had spent that much time at one job, to switch over to another one, I think I would be nervous as all hell. And I think, you probably feel some of that too. Excitement, nerves, all those things, learning something new. Regardless of if you're going into the same field, I know how I felt when I left one insurance company going to another, leaving one type of insurance behind and going into a different one. It's quite overwhelming, and I'm glad you're here. Would you look at this? Our good friend Rockin' Keto Amy is in the house. Take a pink drink break. There we go. Thank you, Amy, for being here. I truly appreciate you. Oh my goodness. People saying hello, 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 hello. Lynn says hey to me and Chandra and Eva Lynn and John and Brian and Sean and Amy. Oh my goodness, yes. And everyone's saying hello to me and Chandra, even though she's not here, but we understand. We understand that things have to happen the way that they happen. Oh my goodness. So is Evelyn already school's out for summer? Our summer doesn't start till end of next week, but I'm super looking forward to that because then we get to spend every day with the girl and we're super excited about that. Super stoked for that. And yeah, Brian's right. You do sound like Alice Cooper. My friend just saw Alice Cooper the other day, her 90th time seeing Mr. Alice Cooper in concert. It's her favorite band. She goes to see him all the time. And she's seen him 90 times. So shout out to my friend Allie. 90 times. She's awesome. All right. Carl says, I'm ready for Sunday morning coffee. Well, this is Thursday night live, okay? Forget the Tuesday. You know it's Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. Hopefully next week we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming. I hope so because it's tough trying to keep the day straight when things are changed. Oh, I'm trying to move some cords out of the way. There's always something going on here. Stacy and Ken have got it going on. They're on their way home. I am so happy you guys had fun at Meat Stock. I almost said steak meat. Steak meat. You know, glad to see you guys had a good time there. Super awesome for you guys. Oh, Joe is here. Hello, Joe. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Oh, my goodness. And John says, I'm back. Hello to everyone that said hi to me. I jumped off for a while right after I left my first comment. Well, I'm glad you're here. Wouldn't be the same without you, Mr. Gugahan. Day 7 of being clean. I'm truly appreciative of that. Jahel told me to behave. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. There's nothing you can do to make me behave. I promise you that, my friends. I promise you that, my friends. Oh my goodness. John says, I know it sounds crazy, but I owe a lot of the sugar diet that I have been on. My craving for alcohol is zero while consuming so many carbs. And I understand that I've seen a lot of different things across the last week or so. And I was one of the topics that I want to talk about tonight is just kind of the sugar diet and why I don't think now again, these are my opinions, and I'm not judging anybody for what they're doing. And I understand exactly why you're doing this, John. And I'm not telling you to stop, and I'm not shaming you or anything like that. But the idea to me that the average person is going to look at this, especially for someone like me, I'm extreme food addiction issues. And if I were to go ahead and say, okay, you know, I'm going to take, these Instagram and these TikTok influencers and I'm going to listen to them and their claims of sugar boost metabolism and energy and, like I just don't, I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I don't know, is the blood sugar data questionable? Is this real world? I mean, there has to be something to it, but I just know for someone like me, if I were to dive in just eating candy or trying to keep protein and fat low, I understand how my own I should say I finally figured out how to keep my satiety at bay, my hunger. Keep my satiety where it needs to be. And I just don't understand how I could try to I couldn't jeopardize that to try the sugar diet. And I don't have as much to lose here in an instance like John does, where John's utilizing it as a sort of a catalyst to get back on track with alcohol consumption. And I truly appreciate that. And I know a lot of people are trying it because, like most people in our community, we came to this community because we were desperate. We're desperate to find something that works. We're desperate to find something that gives us hope where and I know a lot of us especially those of us in this chat, those of us who frequent this normal community that we have, not just with me, but with Chris and Victor and Dr. Barry and all the different people, the circle that we have, which is very wide. I understand, a lot of us have sort of found our way, but not maybe 100%. And we're all looking for something, you know. And someone goes, "Well, why are you doing keto when you could eat the sugar diet?" And it sounds great. And like I said, I'm not throwing shade at any individual trying this, not whatsoever at all. I do wonder the intentions of those people who are on the internet selling this. Do they have the same do they have the same kind of outlook that I do about spreading the proper human diet? Do they have the same experience of being obese and food addicted and sick and on medications that I do? I don't know. I don't know if they overcame all of those things with the sugar diet or eating that way. I don't know if they were able to find their path with that. And I don't understand, how they could in good faith sell that if they haven't been in a situation like me, you know. I just don't, because they're going to be impacting people like me. And that's my concern. And that's been my concern since the beginning is, how realistic is somebody when they're promoting something like that? What's their background? What's their experience? What's their driving force? Why are they sharing this information? Is it with good intentions? And I would like to think that they do, but it's hard to imagine that. And maybe I'm a little more cynical than I thought, but anyway. But Carl says, "But I have my first coffee, or I have my coffee. I had my coffee earlier today, and I am here now with just some water." Sean says, "I'm nervous as hell. This will be the first job not having anything to do with the government. Oh my goodness. Watch out now. Watch out now. The government's coming to get you." Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. All right. Got it. Well, we're on your side. Mr. Gugahan says, "I'm losing weight and I have tons of energy, but the reason I'm continuing because it is helping me with the big way stay sober." And I understand that. And I'm not, like I said, there's no judgment from me whatsoever. You're doing this out of desperation. And I think we do things like this out of desperation. You're desperate to make sure you can stay on track with alcohol and staying sober. And I'm avoiding it out of desperation because I do not want to see what it looks like for me to go back and to be 400 pounds. I don't think my body would work that way to lose weight doing that. I just don't think it's just hard for me to wrap my head around. And I understand, and people have said it the other way around, like, when like a vegan or a vegetarian hears a carnivore talking about all the energy and how much better they feel on a carnivore diet, it just doesn't compute. And I understand where they're coming from that. Andy says, "Hi, Dustin and Chandra. Well, you got one of us. Catching up 17 minutes late. Well, I've only been going for 14 minutes, give or take. I was a little bit late trying to get the camera and the audio to work because I'm a goober. You know how it goes every week, every week, every week." Oh. But anyway, I'm glad you're here, Andy. Thank you for joining us, my dear. Evelyn says, "I'm not going to behave either, Jaheel. So there." Matt Franklin is in the house. Good evening, Matt. I'm so glad to see you, my friend. How is everything? How are all things in the Florida front? The magic that you deal with on a daily basis? Evelyn is free for summer. United Carnivores in the house. Good evenings from Tampa Bay. Thank you for joining us, Mr. United Carnivore. Carrie is in the house. Hello, Carrie. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Carrie says, "I will never, never, ever do the sugar diet since I know what sugar does to me." And I know, and I mean, that's just the thing. That's how I look at it. Is I have to keep my own self interest and my best interest at heart, and I want to make sure that I can maintain kind of the where I'm at now. I don't want to backslide that bad. Pizza's hard enough to avoid. John says maybe it is just switching addictions, but for now, I feel it is more important for me to not consume alcohol than it is. Yeah, that's like, when you look at a lot of people in AA smoke a lot. There's a lot of smokers in AA and like they really lean into smoking cigarettes or whatever because, quitting drinking and then smoking and, and I mean, it's like one vice at a time, right? So I understand that. Like I said, there's no judgment from me here whatsoever. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us, my friend. I'm glad to see you. I hope we see you and Lisa on Saturday at the Indie Keto meetup. And he says, I haven't had a veggie since March. And I find saying no, I'm fine saying no to them is really easy. Cheese, on the other hand, yeah, I had some cheese tonight. I'm trying to do what I can do here. Carrie's asking, what do you call vanilla pudding with a great sense of humor? A custodian of Okay, that's a little difficult for me to say. A custodian of laughter. Okay. Woo. Brian Doyle is in the house. Good evening, Mr. Doyle, my friend. Yeah, no thanks on the sugar diet, but taking third Ozempic shot tonight. Well, good luck, my friend. One Proud American says, well, thank you for being here, One Proud American. I don't know if I've seen you before. Thanks for covering this. I eat carnivore diet, but the mechanism of action behind the sugar diet has me intrigued, not because I wish to switch to it, simply because I love to learn. Yeah, it's fascinating to see, but for me, it's just one of those things that I'm terrified of it because if it doesn't work, then I'm kind of up a creek, you know what I mean? Like it's not a good thing for me. But thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Joe says there are a lot of fad diets out there right now. People want their beach bodies and are willing to do the crazy things to get the holiday weight off, not just the sugar diet. Well, I mean, that's been the way since the 50s. You know, I mean, like you've seen the old machines that you stand on the little, it looks like a stand-up scale, and it's got the strap that go around your back and shakes you, and it shakes your body to help you lose weight. I mean, that kind of stuff. There's always been that kind of stuff. Amy says, I have to get up at 3:30 for my flight. Should I stop drinking coffee? Asking for a friend. No, never stop drinking coffee. Just put an IV in as you go to sleep. Uh, Carrie is saying to me here, I can't find a job, and when I do, they don't want me. They love my skills, but then when they see I have no experience in the IT world, and I hear crickets. Well, I mean, that's kind of like where I'm at now. Like I apply for jobs and then I don't hear anything back. And yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like it's kind of a sad situation now. I don't know. I mean, 45 years old, had a 5-year hiatus on a job, got a job doing the driving thing, but it's not consistent enough. It's not exactly the way that I need it to be. And, and it's just, and the wife's not too thrilled with the hours that I would have to keep to make the money that I would need to make to the hours to work to make the money. It's just not the best. And John says, my fasting blood sugar in the morning has gone down under 100 for the first time in a long time. I don't understand it. I am not sure how healthy it is, but it is definitely going to be temporary. Well, I look at like I was like, okay, so I mean, what's the insulin push on all that candy? That's all that sugar or carbohydrates. Those are just questions that I have, and I don't know what the answers are. So let's see. Joe says, when these people are claiming that they lost 30 pounds in 31 days, I have a hard time figuring out if they will keep it off or not. I don't know. Like if you do that, you lose 30 pounds and you go to like a carnivore diet. You're putting your gut through some major stuff, and you're probably gonna be, like, in the bathroom all the time. So, KJ is in the house. Hello from Western Kentucky, new to the channel and first live stream. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here and welcome. I appreciate you being here. Carrie says, I will make everyone laugh. I had a 13-year-old computer going from 2014 till now, and it died. Now the next computer I have going is 15 years old, and I'm making lemonade out of a lemon computer. I can imagine. Yeah, that's crazy, buddy. Let's see. You should see when I get caught scraping the toppings off the pizza since my church peeps love the dough. They say the dough is the best part, and I had to laugh. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and Lynn says that she hasn't seen any real research on the sugar diet. Even when I do like ChatGPT and come up with sugar diet, I get things about like, the sugar-free diet and sugar-free challenges and stuff. Nothing like that is what's being talked about now. Lisa says, she's trying to decide on what side to bring. Bring whatever you want. It does not matter. We just want to see you. Penny says, Dustin making pork chops and collards. All right. I love it. So Carl says, I remember going to addiction counseling and I was taught that it is important to not trade one addiction for another. They did not tell me that it was easier said than done. Learning new ways to cope. Yeah. It's like when I quit smoking cigarettes, I picked up coffee habit. I mean, I'd always kind of drank coffee over the years on and off. I mean, usually it was just something to drink because we were out late and we weren't old enough to drink. So, like teenage years into early 20s before you're old enough to drink, we would be out Denny's drinking coffee all night or whatever, drinking raspberry tea or whatever it is. And then I kind of didn't drink coffee very much anymore. And then when I quit smoking, well, getting away from the desk, you had to do something. And it was like, well, I got to fill my time with something. So me and some coworkers decided to start going and walking to get coffee. And then that turned into going to get coffee every day. And that turned out to be a more expensive proposition than it was to smoke. Granted, I was a smoker for a long time, but I wasn't a heavy smoker. I would smoke a pack every day. I was smoking a pack every 1 to 2 days, sometimes even 3 days, just depending what was going on. So, I just picked up that coffee habit and here we are. Jeanette Cleveland is in the house. Just tried to add berries in this week and I felt out of control. I admit I was going to try hyperketosis even with the red flag parade coming through because I'm desperate to get the weight off. And that's again the thing is I think weight brings us here. All of us most likely came to this community because of the weight we need to lose. And I wonder, I know some of us have kind of learned that weight will kind of come and go, but how you feel on a day-to-day basis is sort of the most important. And as long as like kind of the scale isn't going up, but maybe it's going down, but not as fast as you'd like, it's still progress. And I think we do kind of concern ourselves more often than we should when it comes to the scale. I think just finding consistency, focusing on the most important aspect of everything, and that is maintaining the consistency and focusing on satiety. Because for me, satiety wasn't a thing. Satiety to me was eating till I was about ready to physically explode. Like, I mean, there's probably some times where I probably came really close to being like the guy on Seven. And, I mean, that's not a good thing to think about in hindsight, but it's better to think about it in hindsight on the road to recovery than it would be to be in the hospital or worse because something went terribly wrong. So John says there is some science behind it. I watched Dr. Barry's video, and even though I love whatever he says is gospel, and I don't either. I don't take anything and everything any creator says as gospel. We're all learning. There's not a single one of us that knows everything. Not Dr. Barry, not Dr. Westman, not Dr. Fung, not anybody. I respect every single one of them, but that doesn't mean they know everything. And I understand when it comes to this diet, there probably is some of the information is probably rooted in science. Some of it's rooted in studies, but we have to be able to dig through that study to find, or the studies to find the true findings. And the questions that we have to ask is, were these things impacting people who were like me? Because that's what I need to know. I mean, were these people that were severely obese, were they food addicted? Do they have satiety issues, food noise issues, all these things? Because if you were to say to me, hey, Dustin, you're 425 pounds, whatever, eat a piece of meat, maybe like a piece, like a hamburger patty, have a little bit of fat with it. And then the rest of the day, you're just going to eat candy. You're just going to eat gummy bears and gummy worms and Sour Patch Kids. 600 grams worth. 600 grams of carbohydrates worth. Don't worry, have the soda. It's okay. I would have jumped on it. And that's 450, almost 450 pounds jumping on something. It would have broke. But that's my problem with the whole idea of it is I think some of the people who have no business probably trying it out are the ones who are longing for it to be a thing. I mean, everybody likes sweets except Rick, Mr. Charger Mopar Rick, because he thinks anything that's not meat is disgusting, and that's fine. That's his opinion. I think he's out of his mind. I mean, but that's him. That's him, and I mean, that's fine. He's part of our community. He's part of us, and we're here for him. I mean, when somebody says pizza is disgusting, I have to question them a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? But I think for him, he doesn't have any desire for candy. But I do. I have desire for candy all the time. I have desire for Reese's peanut butter cups or Oreo cookies, or it doesn't really matter what it is. I have desire for those things. I want pizza and corn dogs. And yeah, we have all of the substitutions that you can think of, and that's fine, but it's not the same. So yeah. And Evelyn says, "John, we're happy to have you here with us. No matter the stage, no matter the stage you're on, lean on us. When you are not strong." Anyway, sorry. I'll be your friend. That's right. Carrie said, "I found some chorizo that has some clean ingredients, so now I have a little bit of cheap meats with eggs." Fantastic. I had plans to try the red raspberry keto chow tonight, but the way things have went today, I didn't get a chance to whip it up, and so I will whip it up this weekend, and you will see me try it on Sunday. Chandra will be at work, but she's busy right now doing work stuff anyway. Like she was supposed to go to like a work meeting thing today and didn't even get to go to that. So it's just been kind of an awkward, busy, crazy day today. So I didn't get a chance to mix it up. So, you know. I do have a photo of it though, if you guys would like to see it. That's my new shirt. I put up the wrong one. So I have a new shirt out, ladies and gentlemen. I would wait till May the 26th if you would like to purchase any of the new merch that I have available. Wait till May 26th when it's 25% off. You can order whatever, as much as you want, and whatever you want. I've got stickers, bags, hoodies, jerseys. I've got all the things. And if there's something you see, the logo doesn't look right because I did it. There's hundreds of items on there. So if you see something you like, it doesn't look right, let me know and I'll go and edit it to make it look better. It's just impossible to get to all of it. But this is the new t-shirt design that I have. I'm proud of it. I've been wanting to make a beef butter bacon and egg shirt for a while. I think this looks pretty cool. It'll look good on a shirt. Um, so I'm excited. Thank you all for this. And I will go back over and I will pull up what the new keto chow looks like. That's the new keto chow here. The strawberry, the red raspberry. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. And I just got it. I just got it just the other day. They sent us a packet, like four, or they sent me 5 packets of it. So I'm gonna make some and let you guys know what I think. I just had to get some content out on Wednesday when it went live. So I had a chance to make that, but I haven't really had a chance to even try anything. So with that, my apologies. I just wish there was more time to do stuff. But yeah, people saying hello to more people. Yeah, Amy says I have a problem with the candy and the Skittle eating and the high process. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Just Jason Keto is in the house tonight. Hello, my friend. Are you going live tonight? I know you're not doing it every week. Is it every other week? Every other week? I was sending people to your channel last week. And they're like, "There's no live tonight." I'm like, "Oh well." You got just Jason Keto going live tonight. You've got Sarah going live tonight, and you have Victor going live tonight. So I can't tell you which one I would prefer you to go to. I want you to go to the one you're going to enjoy the most because all of those people are my friends. I love Sarah, I love Jason, and I love Victor, and I want you all to have a good time. Unfortunately, they're all going live at the same time, so maybe open up in different windows and watch them all at the same time. Do it. Yeah, it's difficult when 3 people I care about and enjoy their content are going live at the same time. I can't rightly pick and choose one over the other. But Jason, Sarah, Sarah's Joyful Journey, and Victor over at Southern Keto are all going live roughly the same time tonight, between 7:30, something like that. I mean, I mean, yeah, Jason said he's going live at 7:30 Eastern. Everybody's going live Eastern tonight, so just kind of keep an eye on that. You know, woo. Let's see. Brian says that Dr. Chris Noble or Coble thinks seed oils are worse than sugar. I mean, so to me, that would be like depending on where you are. If you're 500 pounds and you're a type 1 diabetic or whatever, sugar is going to be worse. If you're already kind of in a weight and you're losing weight, then seed oils. I think you got to pick your battles. Seed oils are very, very difficult to get away from. So is sugar. But it's like if I would have focused on every single thing all at once in the very beginning, I would have failed because we were having salad dressing and all those things, but that wasn't necessarily a concern for me at the time. I think you got to like slowly incorporate this lifestyle. I just don't think you can just totally jump in. That's why, if you can jump in doing carnivore, cool. Do I think carnivore is for everybody? No, I don't think carnivore is for everybody. I don't think lion diet's for everybody. Even keto is probably not for everybody. Should we eat those things? We should all be eating primarily a proper human diet. But this is the real world, and the real world is so far conditioned to be a certain way. And I just wonder and worry that there's going to be a majority of people who probably don't care enough to eat a particular way. I mean, we've already kind of, I think, Pandora's box has already been opened. I think, we jumped the shark when, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, doctors and guidelines were slowly rolling out telling people to eat a certain way. We had been eating the right way for millennia or more, for million years or however long humans have been on this planet, we were eating animal products and low sugar. We weren't eating lots of sugar. We weren't eating hardly any processed foods. Basically, going into only eating sugar and processed foods. I think that cat's out of the bag, and I don't think you're going to get it back in for many a generations. I think there's going to be a fringe of us in this community, the people we're probably going to get maybe 20-30% of the population who's going to look at a proper human diet and go, yeah, that's for me. But I think a lot of other people are just going to be like, you know what, I'll just drink the Coke and take the medicine. I mean, and I'm usually a pretty hopeful guy, and I would like to think that people would like to get off of medicine, but whenever I bring up medicine, people are like, "Well, I don't." They just can't see it yet, and I don't know what. I'm in just living by example is the best thing I think we can do. But but I just don't think I'm going to argue over seed oils versus sugar. I think they're both bad, and they're both bad in different ways. But I don't necessarily know which one's worse for us. Just really truly depends on the individual. And John says he really does believe that all the support and encouragement he's received on that Sunday live really helped me turn things around much quicker than I would have otherwise. Well, I'm glad that we were there for you, all of us, each and every one of us, and I'm glad you were there to receive it, my friend. Keep showing up, and we'll keep being there for you. Well, I mean, if you're not there, we're going to think about you, but you know what I mean. Amy says that the other thing that concerns me is it's been proven that sugar feeds cancer and the high risk for cancer, so it would terrify me to. Yeah, yeah, I understand that 100%. And Carrie says he loves that Dr. Barry made that video on the sugar diet and Victor doing the video with the sugar diet. It was so funny. I haven't got a chance to watch Victor's yet. So much content, always content coming out that I can't even keep up. John says, I always hear how important community is, and I always agreed, but really learned how important firsthand on that live. Well, I'm glad that we could be there for you. And Joe says, talking about weird diets, has anyone been bombarded by the ad that says to use pink salt, baking soda, and fruit to lose weight? I can't keep up. Too much, too much, too much. And Amy says, yeah, I traded food addiction for coffee too. I mean, does anyone else here drink 2 pots a day? I don't even drink that much. I drink 30 ounces a day. And really, if I drink two of my cups, that's a whole tea kettle full. Yeah. I gotta be careful. That's a lot of caffeine. That's getting into 1,000 milligrams of caffeine territory. Christian Delorme is in the house. Bonjour, my friend. Bonjour, bonjour. He, ho, ho, ho. Anyway, thank you for being here, Christian. I truly appreciate you. Well, Carrie says instead of taking the smoke break outside, you have the coffee machine with the cups for coffee break. I mean, we had to just go walk to the coffee shop that was on campus. It was like 2 buildings away. There were a 3 building complex, and there was a building between ours, so we had to go to that one. And then we just ended up getting a coffee pot and putting it in our office. So yeah, that was good. And he says, I drink one 22-ounce coffee a day. Anymore, I'm running to the bathroom more than I want. Jaheel says, I'm eating better now and working out. I've been waking up hungry and crabby, but I feel much better overall. Soon I'll be able to dance sexy on Soul Train again and become a star. You are a star. And I know Jaheel has come to me about things in the past and like things his doctor's concerned about. And I just don't think that that doctor is concerned about the right things. And I wouldn't worry about it. And if you do have issues with that, you can show him research and talks by Nick Norwitz and Dave Feldman, like lean mass hyper responders and all that stuff. Let's see. Yes, definitely, definitely, definitely. Somebody must have put the link in there for Chris Cook in Nashville's link to share for his vote for him thing he's got going on. I can't remember what it's called. I voted today, yesterday. I've been trying to remember to vote. My wish is it would be every day. So like you can vote anytime on Tuesday, you can vote anytime on Wednesday, anytime on Thursday, but it's like gotta be 24 hours. So if I vote at like 8 p.m. on Thursday, I can't vote till after 8 p.m. on Friday. Then I forget and I vote on like at 3 a.m. on Friday or Saturday, and I missed Friday. It's just a pain in my butt. So I wish they would do it by day so then I can just vote every day. And I think I would get a lot more votes there. Gary said, I had a donut from the church donuts and no one was around. So I said, it's been 5 years since a donut. And I said, after eating it, how the sugar felt in me. I said, I don't need another one. Yeah. And he says, not being home has helped me not stress eat. Amy, I only have access to meat and cheese and fat. Yeah. Our keto chow is at home. Let's see. John and Carl are trading sentiments about the idea about choosing one addiction over another. And I think it's kind of different because I think like addiction of coffee is going to be far better for your health than the smoking. And and then also like sugar diet's probably going to be in the short term better for you than drinking. For the long term, I think they're both not so great. But I hopefully, you'll get things figured out and we'll see what's going on. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm kind of looking to John to see how things work out for him because I am curious about that. So keep us posted, John. And I know you're gonna be here and we're gonna talk about it. Joe said, originally I weighed 400 pounds in 2019. By eating 300 grams of carbs every day, including candy, soda, etc., I hadn't seen anyone promoting the sugar diet looking like they need to lose 200 pounds. Yeah, that's my thing. Is like I'm not seeing anybody promoting the sugar diet that doesn't look jacked. And John's doing it clean and whole foods for the most part. That's good. That's good to hear. Carrie says, "Whip that keto chow like it's 1980s. Whip it real good." That's right. Ba-na-na-na-na, na-na-na-na. One proud American says, I've got to bounce, but man, does your message seem positive. Keep up the good work. Lean into the community. We all need another one. Let's cure the world. 100%. Thank you for being here. Truly appreciate your sentiments and I'm glad that you stopped by. Hope to see you around again. Okay. And let us know what your name is if you want to. Yeah, I watched his video and I commented on it. They said they liked it. I got to try it. I just got to whip it up. It's just one of those things. Time. Joe said, I did order some new keto chow from your link in the short. Thanks for the heads up, as I do like raspberry." Well, thank you for ordering that. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that. If Please feel free to order anything and everything you want at ketosimple.shop. Um, I did add in some new things. I did add in something. So I'm in the process of we got a short to make. But I did separate in my link tree different things that are in my Amazon shop. So there's an actual like an Amazon haul, things that I find be useful from Amazon haul, which is like the Timu of Amazon, Amazon's Timu or Wish or whatever you want to say. But it looks to be just like stuff that's more affordable. Looks to be like stuff between $1 and $20, nothing really above that. And I think you can even move the slider across. Say, I only want things under $5, things under $6. The only downside to the Amazon haul is it isn't a part of your regular cart, and you've got to get like $25 in your cart before it ends up with free shipping. So keep that in mind. But $25 isn't probably all that hard to spend these days. Yeah, I saw Steve's review. Mikey's in the house. Hello, two more people. Well, Mikey, thank you for being here. I am glad to see you, my friend. How are things down in Georgia? So we're coming up on 6:54. We'll probably hang around about till a little after 7 o'clock. We'll stick around for an hour or so. It's only I was a little late today because right now we've been doing this for 45 minutes. I was planning to go a little longer tonight, you know. Yeah, and then yeah, so 2KK kicks off at 8:30, so they're a little out of the way from everybody else. So everybody else is like 7:30. So there's like an hour with each of those people, depending on what you want to do. And then don't forget to tune into 2KK. They are great as well. Share the love because lifting up your friends doesn't mean you're not going to get something. There's enough in this for everybody. Like I said, even with the fact that Sarah, Jason, and Victor are all going live at the same time, and I can't tell you which one to choose because that's not my decision. I want to make sure that I share all of them. I want you to know that they're all going so you can make the best decision for you, whether that's watching all three, watching one live, and going watching the replays, whatever it is. But they all are part of this community. And they all deserve an audience. They all have something important to say, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. I'm truly proud of all of them for making their channels and they're keeping it and they're going with it. And I mean, look, I mean, Victor's got like 50,000 subscribers or more, 60, I can't remember. A lot. Let's see. Joe said the only person I have seen doing the sugar diet probably is in a whole food way is Indigo Neely. She said the sugar diet police have told her she is not doing it right. She is more fruitarian. That's the thing is like you can't please everybody, no matter what you're doing. Because I haven't really watched her videos on it, because I didn't even know what the sugar diet was. I did understand that she was doing the whole food version of it, so that that's pretty cool. So I'm interested to see how that turns out for her. But you can never do anything perfect enough for everybody. There's always going to be somebody out there telling you you're not doing it right. We're always gonna have those, those out there that are I got something. It's gonna be fun. You gotta just wait for me here. It's gonna be you'll be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. Let me see if I can find it. It's here somewhere. Somewhere. Where did it go? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? I just was looking at it just a few minutes ago, and now it's not there. I don't even know what happened to it. That's weird. That's so weird. Like something just disappears. Let me try this again. Hmm. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Ugh, this is acting so weird. And you're like, why are you doing this to us, man? There we go. That might work now. Let's see. There we go. You know how they go. It's okay because I'm with the keto police. I got a badge. I'm the keto police. Yeah. Woo! I'm so dumb. That's what I was digging for. Couldn't find it. But there it is. I'm the keto police. Be doo be doo. I'm sorry. Oh, Carrie's talking about if you need two monitors. I have way more monitor. I have like four monitors right here, but only two of them are on right now. I don't know. I couldn't do it with one monitor. I do Tuesdays with one monitor usually, but it's my laptop. It's a 14-inch laptop, so it's kind of small. Lynn says I've been known to watch two channels on two different phones and a TV at the same time. Yeah, I do that. I do that often sometimes, or I watch it. I'll watch one video or one channel on two different accounts, so they're getting two views and two times the watch time. I try to do that anyway. Currently in second place. I'm not telling people to do something crazy, but I would say if you have the means and you can buy votes, let's get Chris to number one and make sure he stays there. I don't know with these kind of things coming down to this if they can make it if they don't have the purchase votes. He would never ask for that. I know he never would, and I'm not asking either, but I'm saying that if you have the means, I would say, I don't know. I can't vote anymore today. I've already voted for him today. And yeah, outside of buying votes for him, you know what I mean? I don't know what we can do. We got to make sure he keeps going because he's very important. He's so important to this whole thing. So I'm not saying to do it. I'm not saying not to do it, but support our buddy Chris by any means necessary. Because Eva Lynn says he's currently in second place. We need to vote, vote, vote. Get out there and vote. Sean says you can only measure success by major accomplishments. You're setting yourself up for failure. Celebrate all the wins, big and small. This is the only way to stay positive about your journey. Yes, Sean, I appreciate that 100%. Jaheel says I'm watching this on my TV, but leaving comments through my YouTube app on my phone. Yeah. Yeah. And I want to say thank you to Jaheel because last week he went crazy. He went crazy, crazy, crazy. And we appreciate him and we love him. And thank you so much for that. It's crazy. Jason said that sick people don't know what it feels like to feel healthy. If they did, they would change. I think some would. There's always going to be some who don't. Lynn said, second place, what the heck? Chris has to win this thing. Vote like crazy. I agree. Mikey says, one's natural and the other is manufactured. I'd rather have sugar than seed oils. Well, it's like the thing is like, what's the difference between the sugars? High fructose corn syrup or cane sugar or beet sugar or, all the things. Something's processed to something. John says, I do miss my steak. Oh, I couldn't live without burgers and steak and all that stuff. Um, Amy says, speaking of medicine, it was so nice to only have to pack two bottles of medicine, both allergy pills instead of like the 20 in my carry-on. Yeah. Lisa says, knows everyone had to do what works best for them. However, the proper human diet helped me get off three medications and I'm going to stay off of them 100%. Sean's voting like crazy. Pink Salt Secret. Yes. Lisa cuts off her caffeine intake at noon. Rock and Keto Amy says I probably drink 20 carbs of black coffee a day. Probably. Gary does a pour over technique, about 40 ounces, usually only have 22 ounces of coffee. John says, weird to think on this diet, my coffee consumption is way down. I just don't feel like having it. And for anyone who knows me will tell you that is weird. I couldn't imagine that. And Carrie wants to see Jahil dance, and Jahil says, "No, you don't." Oh my goodness. Evelyn says Carl's making bacon. That's amazing. JB Hunterfire says that sugar diet is better than keto. Well, maybe it is. I would say that it's one of those things that I would say for me, it's not. From my personal experience and my personal view, it's definitely not. And Matt says back in the chat, Sarah just got home from work. All right. Jahil says, give us some bacon. We all love bacon. And make sure we tell Sarah hello. And Just Jason's Keto says, my live streams go different directions depending on who was in there. Jahil, come on now. Jahil with $5 says, for the Get Dustin to Stay Till Midnight Fund. Oh, that would be weird. DJ Play Nice is in the house. He was on the Rowdy Show today, hanging out with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mr. Play Nice. Evelyn says I support that because I don't have school tomorrow. I have nothing to do till Tuesday, so let's get him to stay on till then. Well, I don't think my streaming platforms will let me stay on that long. I'd have to start over. Just Jason Keto, 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Mr. Jason. I appreciate you so very much. Just me, Maria, Alto Eager, O Lady O, Hyphen Snyder, and Jade Grant. All people I'm not really familiar with most of those. Just Alter Eager and maybe just Maria. Everybody else I'm a little lost on. I'm not sure who they are. But I appreciate that very much. That's so amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keto in the Mist is in the house. As a sugar addict, there is no way I could ever think about trying the sugar diet. Been there, done that. 300 pounds wasn't for me. I understand that 100%. Yeah, the keto popo. Be-doo, be-doo. What? No! The voting ended for Chris at 7. No! John Gugahan, my goodness. $10. Thank you for providing a forum for this great community. Thank you so very much, Mr. Gugahan. I truly, truly appreciate you so very much. I wish you the very best, my friend, and I hope that you keep hanging out with us and you stay on track the best way you know how, and we're going to be here to support you no matter what. 100% bacon. You're baking me crazy. All right. I am caught up with the chat. I can't believe it. In just under 1 hour, here for another couple of minutes, I think we'll stick around because I don't want to be in the way of our friend Victor for very long. Our friend Victor is going to be live here very shortly. He's already live now. 27 people watching. He's live. He's been live for about 8 minutes now. So we'll talk for another couple of minutes just to say our goodbyes. And I just want to say that I love all your faces. You guys complete me. I love you. Yes, yes, indeed. All the hearts. All the falling hearts. Falling hearts. Yes. Evelyn says it's in a different time zone, so 2+ hours left. Go vote, vote, vote. If you have the means, go spread the love, buy some votes if you can do it. If it's not something in your wheelhouse, do not do it. But with that being said, this has been fantastic. I love each and every one of you. I know Jahil says no. But for those of you I will see on Saturday, I'm excited. All of you coming to the Indie Keto meetup on Saturday. I will tell Chandra that you said hello, John, and all of you, and love you, and all those things. But I will see each and every one of you that are showing up on Saturday. Come hang out. Let's have some brisket, some pumpkin sausage soup. We love it. I love you guys forever in my heart. Anyway, good night. Safe trip, Amy. We love you. And with that, here are the credits.